Hello, how you all doing? Thank you for joining me today. What I'm going to be doing today is just giving you a little shop tour around the workshop and showing you a few things what have been happening over the last week. The other week it was my birthday and my family all chipped in the money together and they actually bought me a shed. It's only a little 6x4 wooden shed, but I had that delivered because in here I've only got a small space in here and it was getting lumbered, full of stuff what should be like fruit in the garden, bits of household stuff what was getting stored in here, bits of everything was getting stored in here. I was struggling for moving round, things was getting piled up everywhere what shouldn't be in here and I was having to move them to use certain tools. So now me and my daughter have cleared my main shed out and piled all the stuff into my little wooden shed. So I'm just going to give you a little tour. There'll be a bit of a video of before and pictures of before, what things was like, how bad it was in here, and this is the video now of what space I've achieved by moving all the junk out of my shed into the other shed. So like I said, this is just going to be the video now. I'll try and point things out to where things are and we'll go from there. As you can see, this is right at the top end of the shed and this is where I've got to store bits and pieces for in the garden as well as my shed stuff. I've got a filing cabinet there which is crammed full of stuff. My drill press and scroll saw is up on top of the filing cabinet. All underneath my bench is just full of tins of paint, fence paints and things like that. I'm storing a fish tank in here at the minute, which is going to go into my house. So all this up here really is dead space as I can't use. I've got my new bandsaw, which is there. My table saw, which is full of junk. I've nowhere to put anything. My planer thickness is buried down there. There's my dust collector. My mitre saw. And then, well, that is supposed to be my workbench, what's just covered in stuff. And that's my router table. But in the corner there, there's a load of light fittings, what I meant to put up in here, but I ended up buying LED lights, so I need to get rid of all them. Right, so if I stand here, that's the view all the way down to the bottom of the shed. It's about 13 foot from the bottom to the top of the shed. And over on this side, in the pictures what I'll put on in the video, the big filing cabinet was here and there was a cupboard on the wall. This workbench, I managed to pick that up second hand. I paid £25 for the workbench. So underneath the workbench now, there's all my drill boxes, my router table, I don't know if you can see it under there, and my scroll saw is at the end. Also, there's a drawer in the unit, so all my bits and pieces have gone in there. The only thing what's not I've really got sorted out at this moment in time is the fish tank when I'm storing to put in the house. I need to build a stand for that shortly. And under this bench is all my scraps of wood and bits and pieces what are getting used. Moving down, we're about halfway in the shed now. That's the table saw. Coming around to this side, you've got my new bandsaw on a little table what I made for it. My planer thicknesser was stored here. You've got my shop vac and the barrel there. My mitre saw is set up there with the sticker board. That actual sticker board is going to be moved from there and it's going to be on the back piece on here. I've got all my storage up top. These were some old kitchen units what I got given to me, and I ripped them all down and made open cupboards. All the lights was stored in that corner. So now my scroll saw desk is stored there with bits of wood on it what's coming up to be used. And my planer thicknesser is stored under that bench, which was full of junk what's now gone in the shed. So as you can see there, from the pictures and the video what I've done beforehand to the pictures what I've put on now, I can actually walk the full length of the shed without falling over anything or tripping over anything or kicking things out the way. This workbench what I'm actually sat at now, I've not actually been able to sit here since about October or November of last year because it's just got piled up with everything on here. And I actually found a tape measure what I lost piled underneath all the stuff. So yeah, everything's been hunky-dory. Like I say, I've gained a lot more space now. I don't have to move things off the table saw to use it. I don't have to unbury the mitre saw when I need to use that, and vice versa. Everything eventually will have its own little place. Once I get rid of that fish tank out of here, that workbench is being lowered down again to the same height as the one I'm at now, which will be the same height as the table saw, and I'm going to set my drill press on there, permanently fixed, so that'll be off the blue workbench. As you can see, it's in the background behind me because it doesn't actually fit on there properly. I'll just zoom in and show you. See, it's just perched on there at the minute because the shelf above it, it won't actually sit under the bench. That's what I wanted, where I wanted to put it originally, but it doesn't actually fit there. So that's going to go so that drill press is going to go in place of where the fish tank goes. Like I say, I'm just waiting now. I need to get some timber and start making a framework to fit that tank on, because that's actually a 4-foot tank and it's going to be heavy once all the water obviously is in it, and etc. But yeah, like I say, I've not been able to do a build video because I've been stressed out with moving everything out of here. I've had to completely gut the shed and put everything into my other shed out there. So everything in that shed out there now needs emptying again and sorting out, and I can get rid of what I'm not using. I've just piled everything in there for the time being to give me the space what I need in here. But yeah, that's everything. Like I say, I've got another update coming, I think, in a week and a half, on new stickers what I've got coming. And if anybody would like to exchange stickers who's a maker, please get in touch with me through Instagram or any of my other accounts what's linked to my YouTube account, and we'll exchange details and swap stickers. But yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for joining in, and we'll see you again soon.